How do? Did a little vlog today. This is bonus footage. Been asleep all day. Slept last night, slept today. PSTD, sleep deprivation. For me, that's the one. That's the one that caused me all my problems and woes. Quite a lot of vets I speak to, and other people, but certainly a lot of vets, sleep deprivation is horrendous. Yeah, I've had a bad fortnight. My sleep's not been good for so long, but I've had bad fortnight. My frustrations with the channel, my frustrations in life, I've got patience. I've told you that, you know, on the healthcare, people are unwell, I've got all the time in the world. My lack of patience comes with things like my technical ability, like the ability to sit down for 2 days and get this channel in order. Got people helping me now. There's going to be people helping me, and it's going to help them. People are mentally unwell. The email, new email, guys. This is really important. realporridge@outlook.com. Got a story to tell. You're in a bad place, you want to chat to me, send it there. That email is going to be crucial as this channel grows, yeah. There's a couple of people I've got in mind who I want to help me manage that email. The reason I'm doing this vlog is, you know, I'm super positive. I'll tell you why in a minute. The reason, yeah man, look at that shiny coat. He's had a rake brushing, haven't you? Yes, you have. Yeah, a couple of people to help me with administration. Yeah, and it's going to help them. These are people, one lad, one lass. You might notice them, I think they do. Like I say, I've received emails, people have told me the life story, not in a good place. I want you guys to know integrity, peace of mind, morals, ethics, everything else. These two people definitely have. They have their own mental health issues, both being in bad places and sometimes will be in bad places. But I want that contact point, and as the channel grows, we get more and more emails, then I want to be able to answer them. We're going to be a little team. We're going to work together. So, you know, I want you to just have faith in that email anyway. realporridge@outlook.com. Yeah. The other reason I'm doing this little vlog now, I've talked about this so many times, it's unreal. Those of you who've watched today's vlog earlier on staff searches, I'm a different person right now to what I were. I don't necessarily feel better for having the sleep, but you know, I've rested my mind. I woke up to messages from people, a few who I've had contact with recently, and one guy I'm hoping to interview. He's a long way off. You know, he just said, you look tired. Somebody else said the same thing and the same thing. You know, and what them people are doing is saying, we've just seen you look tired, reach out if you want to speak, give us a shout. It's very uplifting, that, and it's very nice to know. So that's why we're out here, me and Stevie, on the old pit site. It's muggy. Feels like it's going to be a thunderstorm. What are you looking at, you? Yes, go on. Go on, get off me. Go on. So, a few questions to answer. They can come together, these two. Do lifers, when they receive the sentence, get treated differently? Forest Bank, when I were at Forest Bank, if this makes sense to you, because staff are few and far between, and areas like a wing, there'd only be 2 staff, I didn't necessarily know the business of the rest of the prison. So I worked in the SEG, I worked with young offenders, I worked on the F-wing. I wouldn't necessarily know what was going on elsewhere that well. Strangeways, did a lot of overtime, so worked in a lot of places. Lifers, or anyone, incidentally, a lifer is it's a very misleading term. Doesn't mean someone's in prison for life. Whole of life, that means in your whole of life, or for the whole of your life, yeah? Lifers, the smallest sentence I've seen was 18 months. I'll briefly tell you what that was. 2 young lads, 17, yeah? Neither been in trouble. Decent lads, both carrying knives. There you go, that's the one. Both carrying knives, both drunk, both smokers. They're both out somewhere. One says to the other, give us a fag. They didn't know each other. The other one told him to do one. He didn't like that. They got to arguing. They were both drunk. They both took knives out, stabbed each other. One died, one nearly died. Yeah, the judge deemed that lad who nearly died, you know, same, they shouldn't have been carrying knives. But at heart, he wasn't a bad person. Somebody's lost a son. Somebody nearly lost a son. He got an 18-month life sentence. Yeah. When I look at that one, that is tragic. That is what is happening now in London and elsewhere. Carrying knives, this is what's happening. It's tragic. But I see why the judge gave him 18 months. Yeah, so anyone who comes back from prison with a big sentence, you often, you know, these people, maybe they knew what were coming, bravado, very hard to read. They maybe open up to someone like myself who they know really well, an officer, dynamic security, might take a few days to sink in. So very difficult job that, prison staff and nursing staff in reception when somebody comes in, you know, they just got 15 years. Are you all right? Yes, miss, I'm all right, you know. Bam! At some point it's going to hit him in the face like a sledgehammer. Might be tears behind the door, who knows. Consequence of a big sentence, not seeing your loved ones, loss of liberties and everything else. So it's a difficult one, but yeah, you try and put things in place. These prisoners come in who've been put on ACT documents. Assessment, care in custody, teamwork, suicide and self-harm documents. If you open one for everybody who come back with a big sentence, your prison will be full of them. It's a worthless document then, you can't keep on top of it, yeah? So, you know, it's finding a balance, like I say. Incidentally, just let me tell you, the lad over there falls asleep in the house chewing that ball. He'll be laid on the floor at my feet. He'll have that ball on the floor chewing like a baby's dummy. Bam, he's gone with ball in his gob. So yeah, you try and put things in place, or there is a duty of care and people try their best, but very difficult. You know, it can take days, sometimes weeks to sink in. Hereby comes another question. So I'm doing 2 in 1 right now. Do prisoners cry? Yeah, of course they do. Let me tell you now. I've seen more tears in prison than soft milk. That's a phrase that. I've seen prisoners in bits, prisoners out of frustration, prisoners who have maybe loved ones in hospital. You know, they feel powerless. People whose loved ones are dying. You know, you are not in control when you are in prison of anything. So lots of tears, yeah. You know, I've got empathy and understanding me. You try and help people, you can only do so much. Sumo wrestling. Anyone who wants to see a vlog about sumo wrestling, let me know in the comments. I'm only joking. Yeah, lots of tears. It's a tough place. You know, usually you lose your liberties and lose control. It's that loss of control that is the big thing for a lot of people, especially with a big sentence. So lots of prisoners crying for various reasons. A lot of it, I'm sure, we don't see in private. Staff, nursing staff, when I worked on healthcare, can't tell you how many I've seen in bits. Coroner's court, I'll be doing that vlog in the week, a full-length version. You know, they're terrified. 2 nurses, I've mentioned this before, they were under threat of losing the pin. The pin is their ability to do the nursing job. They pay so much a month, it's a registration. The coroner wanted that off them because they had done something like not crossed an I or dotted a T. They hadn't killed nobody, they hadn't given nobody the wrong meds, yeah. One of them nurses who worked with me, she was lovely, lots and lots of tears. And it took 12, 18 months for her to be cleared. You know, the reality is somebody who's passionate about a job, she was a mental health nurse, that would have been taken away from her by a coroner because he felt she hadn't followed a procedure or something like that. Absolutely beastly. My mate Brad has loads of tears, mental health nurse. Just imagine for a minute, yeah, somewhere like the healthcare wing at Strangeways, you're on there, there's a lad who has stopped taking his medication, and over 10 days he goes from someone who is lucid, fully functioning, you know, ability to have a conversation, he's aware of his faculties, functions, you get on with him, you can have a laugh with him, you play pool with him, to somebody who is naked, refusing any medication, trying to harm themselves. It is soul destroying. And all you can do is your best, try and be there, try and support them, try and talk to them until they go to a forensic unit, a mental health hospital. Tough gig. I've been in tears with these people. You know, you've got a nurse on your shoulder crying, brings tears to my eyes. Frustration in prison, yeah? So prisoners cry and staff cry. Towards the end of my career, my last 6 months, March 2015 to September 2015 at Strangeways, I saw far too many staff crying. 4 lads individually, yeah, could see something wrong, I reached out, boom, tears, they couldn't hold it back, shocking. So prisoners, yeah, you try and do the best when they come back, you know, you try and assess the demeanour, the body language and everything else, try and keep people safe. Sometimes it's impossible to do so, yeah. Hey up Stevie. So yeah, there you go guys, a little shorty. Feel way better. One day of sleeping doesn't bring you back though. There's one guy I'm talking to, I can tell in his messages he's crying, the sleep deprivation, he's on medication for PTSD. People try and deal with it with all sorts of ways. Some people can't deal with it. For me, it's something I'll get used to. I'm actually thinking, there's your boy in the background. I've got quite a spiritual self. I don't know whether some of you know that. I used to have my own business doing massage. No, not that sort of massage, if you know what I'm saying. Reiki healing, universal life force energy. I'm not even going to try and explain that on the channel. But yeah, I have a spiritual side. So I'm going to search out some yoga classes. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Maybe some meditation, you know, get back to my spiritual self. Okay, thanks for people who were concerned. Some guy from this morning's vlogs, you could see my hands, I was a bit agitated. Yeah, somebody asked about my thumb, I've got a plaster on it. So last night, yeah, I last went out. I'm not going to bed till she gets in. Obviously worry about people because she cared about them. I opened a tin of carnation cream. I don't really can get that elsewhere other than the UK. It's a pouring cream. It's very rich. And stupidly, being tired, I got a big long pointy knife, and there's 2 indentations on the top of the tin, and you pierce them in order to be able to pour the cream. I went to pierce it with a long stabby knife and stuck it straight through my thumb, and I mean straight through. Good observation skills. All right guys, parting shot as always. Yeah, okay, enough of that bollocks. Come here, laddo. Come here. Yes. We're good, aren't we now? We're good. Yeah, come on then. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the messages. Continued support. New email, realporridge@outlook.com. Thanks very much for everyone's support. We'll get there. Al City.